Hi everyone, Tony Tonkin here from Child Protection Party. It's important for us to understand that we do not condone violence of any sort. And there have been a number of people who advocate for, or say they advocate for families whose kids have been removed, who are advocating violence in the extreme. And we do not advocate for any form of aggressive behaviour. And I wish to be clear that we do not associate with, have any relationship with, any of those crazy people who are suggesting that clients act in a violent and abusive way. It has been reported to us that someone has suggested that social workers who work for the department be killed, which is an extraordinary claim and a terribly dangerous and almost Trumpian thing to say about social workers and those particular social workers who work for child protection system. Now, we may have our disagreements around the way social workers work. We may see some of their policies, some of their behaviours as being inappropriate and unhelpful. But that doesn't mean we need to find violent methods to be able to confront what we disagree with. That is the worst thing that we can do. It doesn't help our cause at all. If we want to be respected, we have to demonstrate respect to other people. That is not about threatening them. Now, I know I myself can feel rather angry and disappointed and extremely frustrated at some of the behaviours of some of the social workers that I work with. But that doesn't mean that I would encourage others to be violent. I would never be violent towards anybody. I would never be aggressive. I would be challenging, and I would challenge their views in the way they see the world, but I would not do it in an aggressive way, and I would never suggest that any of you choose to take violent steps in order to have you either yourself heard or supposedly to have the system changed. There is no way that a system such as the child protection system will change if we become violent or aggressive towards the workers. In fact, what it will do, it will entrench their view about people like us, advocates, and those people trying to do the right thing. It will entrench their negative views around us if we choose to become aggressive towards them. Now, even if they behave in ways which are really unhelpful, right, it still means that we need to find a pathway which is more conciliatory, more reasonable, more rational than the one that even they might be taking. And there are ways by which we can do this. And I talk about these in our series of videos that we're putting out here at CPP that will help you. And one of my focuses is do not get angry with them. Do not express violent behaviour. Do not swear at them. Do not behave in ways that make them feel intimidated by you. And it is wrong for people who say that they're advocates, because they're not. If you threaten violence towards social workers, or to anybody for that matter, you are not advocating for them. You are fulfilling another bizarre, crazy, sometimes conspiratorial belief that really is so unhelpful. And so I'm just urging all of you that if you do come across people who say they're advocating for parents and they're talking in an aggressive tone, suggesting terrible things like, social workers should be killed or attacked or whatever, then that is just so wrong, and we can't express our disapproval of that enough. If you have anybody that you're working with who has expressed those beliefs, please let us know. We will eventually have to call those people out if need be. I don't care what those people think of me. I don't care what they think of our party. I just know that their behaviour is wrong, and it's unhelpful. It's unhelpful to you as parents when you're trying to get your kids back. I have had heaps and heaps of people tell me that they're working with somebody now who can get their kids back, right? We never, and no advocate should ever say that we are going to get your kids back. We are going to work with you to improve the systems that improve the way you're behaving so that it looks better to the social workers and to the system in general. And because we know the pathway that people need to take in order to improve their circumstances, to have their children returned to them. That is what we're about. And we're also about challenging the system. And when the system is wrong, and I did that the other day in a video I put out in relation to Peter Malinauskas and the reporting around child protection here in South Australia. And yeah, sure, I can be angry and frustrated, and that is my right, but I would never advocate to harm anybody. It's just not in my DNA. Now, and I would not encourage others. I've been in meetings where parents have acted so badly, I've had to stay behind and calm some of the workers who were literally verbally assaulted by some of the clients or a client that I was working with. It was horrific to experience. And I feel for the workers. They're human, just like the rest of us. They're under extreme pressure. They have got more clients than or parents that they can have and deal with, and they don't work with them appropriately. We know all of that stuff. I've talked about it forever. But I do need to say that there are some fabulous social workers out there who do the right thing. I was only at a meeting yesterday with the department and a family, and I've worked with this social worker before. She is fabulous. It worked out really well. It was a really good meeting. And so to lump all social workers or all workers within a department as being terrible, crappy, inappropriate social workers is in itself unfair, because that's not the case at all either. If you get a good social worker, there's chances you got a really good outcome. You get a lousy social worker, the battle will be a little bit uphill. I understand all of that. But do not, under any circumstances, advocate for violence in relation to working with workers. If you find somebody who's doing that, please let us know. We will make a stand against that person, and we will call them out if they're doing that, because it is unhelpful. It's not who we stand for, and it doesn't help you. You know, I've had people say to me, not only, with this person gets back, but we can take it to the Supreme Court. We can take it to a higher court. We don't know of any of those cases ever working out. And I don't know what these people have that they can use that is kind of magical and is helpful, because none of them produce anything that will demonstrate that they've been able to do what they say. Some people say, I get lots and lots of kids returned. I don't see any of that. If you're one of those persons that claims that, have a conversation with us, because I'd like to know what you're doing. But they don't. They don't want to engage with us because we work from a different playbook. Our playbook actually works. Our playbook is actually respectful, and that's the way we want you to be, because that gives you the best possibility, the best opportunity to have your kids returned to you. And just before I go, I do need to say that if you are watching this on YouTube, could you please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so that you can be updated on any of our posts, and because we would like that number of subscribers to increase substantially so that at the end of the day, hopefully we could monetize it and earn some money for CPP. And if you've got any questions or queries and you would like to email us, please email us at admin at, I think I could bring it up here even, admin at Child Protection Party, so that we could have a conversation with you. If you want to have a conversation with us, if you want to do an interview, and you want to let us know your story, that's the place to go. Thanks everybody for being here. Take care, look after yourselves, and more importantly, be safe.